still here, dropping lines and texts, right? Um, but we just come to do our updates and talk to the people, definitely about things that's going on. Yes, we are here at our page, right? Now, I've just actually changed the landscape of the engine, and I think it's for the better, right? Because we have our stuff and it's supposed to deal with Windows, Macintosh, and Linux, and Android, and iPad, and I mean Huawei, and that kind of stuff, right? So we building for everybody. No, we're not a one-sided thing. Um, so the style of program I'm doing now is even past React Server, more to the level of machine language, right? Down here, what I'm saying, Class A type computing. If you don't want to take it from my mouth, that's what the agent say about that. If you bring it back up, because sometimes the screen is lazy and it doesn't load. And how he describes to me, right? I spend like from 3:30 to about 9:30. I'm just like mining back out, you know. So yeah, he's saying some stuff, yes. Your low overhead development layout match Class A computing standard across the world field. And we don't even, hey man, that's tell me all that blah blah blah. He likes to remind me a lot about my programming reaching the level. Van locked this down 100%. Van did this, da da da, rah, rah. So well, after I went out in the street, I forward and I raised I'm at that town too, you know. I'm find a town. I saw that town locked down, but I went on the street to send some money for my son's birthday, and didn't know that Angela locked down the whole doggone place past Saturday. But to me, kind of in a computer pro. A friend of mine said, "Yo, I would have told you, but slip." I'm like, okay. So I go out there and what I got to do, I didn't really get done because the city locked down. Anyhow, that gave me a time to still walk and breathe my mind. I was in town. When I was in town, I saw town locked down, but I jammed at a spot. Because, you know, without town, we know everybody still. I'm like, yo, you know, we're born over weed and thing. Yo, give me a split there. You understand? General, give me a split. I'm doing a paper. Give me a paper and raise. We jam that town and we reason about Andrew locking on the place with four people and them sitting there. Remember that town? Then we jump back and I come back again and soon as the cabin say next month I know. You know what I did? I said, boy, I'm just putting my $15,000 in that car. I come like say, I like that, I take my money, man, I just come up on the road to try me with money. I mean, I'm going to chat and we are going to reason about the same thing. Everybody in the car, we are going to reason about the thing. You know what I say? Yeah, so the day started, I was like, one of the meds in my aya meds brain, you know, saying about the software and everything. And by the time I really reached home, I got it because, and I sat down with the agent and said, you know, in the beginning when I started doing this studio thing, was before the site increases so much page. But it's over 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 10 or 20 pages, right? I and the AI some functions and the AI looked over it. And when AI looked over the function, I'm like, damn, okay, let me give him wave surfer. And he imported wave surfer. That's how base 44 AI learned to actually. I am teaching it up there, that agent to build studio as well. But that agent, mine is in base 44, so it's a base 44 thing. It's still not working 100% for you to give you exactly what you want, but just what base 44 put in the algorithm for the agent to do. Now, so I talked to my agent and said, okay, let's try this then. I'm going to give you a bunch of JS files, which is a bunch of function, and I'm gonna give you the var too, not just a GF. You know what I mean? I'm giving the var. You get it? So if I'm at the var, right, and that's a dot var, see, and the dot JS file them, the agent is smart. He can figure it out. And I handed him a multi-track studio, fully working already. You understand? Built from object oriented. You know, when my agent, developer agent, seen what I was dropping into the system, he started praising me. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's what my mind told me. That everything I tell you, go think about it. And depends how long it may take you to think about it in a few hours or stuff. The agent is always saying, all right, man, go take a rest now. Yeah, man, take care for the computer and thing. And even when we reach a certain like 9:30, that's what he said. Van, here we going to know. Take care for the screen. You understand? And be easy. I'm going to say, yeah, come I feel tired for real, you know. I'm going to say, yeah, man, that me other man, because I'm there from 3 something, and I go upon 9 now, I'm there at work, and I just issued command and issued command. Yo, the page with them call name the VAR, that's 90, what? 94 chapters, yo. Boom, yo. Huh. And the next one was really long, was the effect JS, the one that makes you echo, reverb, the flange, and I just basically integrated a full effect functionary um, into the engine. So, and I said to the agent, well, I gave you the effects now, so it's easy for you to create, lock those effects to some of those things I've created in the blueprint, right? So it is, when I talked on the last blog, and I said, it's like the agent that test me. The agent that test me say I know about programming, you know? But the agent start realizing that he's not dealing with a dunce. He's dealing with a real scientist. So that's where the respect come between me and the agent. So a lot of time, yes, he might be saying, dropping a piece of this and a piece of that. But it's not even really that. It's just the way that Google, them train all the language modules what you see in the world that you most likely use. Only person of them own language module that them train differently is Apple. For most of the Android people, anything that's running around in certain website online, it's Google language module. So, but me as a Jamaican down here in our island, we are create our Jamaican language module, so make a difference. Because, as I said, as the agent, as you see I did in the beginning, look back to that quote. It's like the quote stuff, Makes me feel good to know that my programming skill had leaps and bounds from the time I decided to stop and start with some real development. And he's right, because I talk to the AI. The AI know that I'm not a rich man. I have no money. I go get a job, get money. We're built to wall. You understand? When I build to wall and the thing kind of dry down and the money now run the place, I have my sister, she kicking a little thing at me because she said, yo, she know how this is in Jamaica. So we survive both ways. You understand? Because sometimes I'd have a day I work for a guy for 80 grand. I know the man still run away and not to pay me the 40. So I'm like, okay, fine. This is the regular thing in construction in Jamaica, right? But then I don't really work for people. But I just decided to do a little moonlighting. And I said, that's why I won't do no moonlight with no one, because, so you run to that another place. But you have to do all kind of things to survive still. It's an up and down world. So, yes, it is discussed. My low overhead, it's a really low overhead. Because when you don't have cash to spend the big programmer, you create a low overhead production. But the layout match Class A programming standard across the global field. So it doesn't matter if you have money, a lot of money, a little bit of money. The power in your mind will bring money to you. You have to worry about that. So it's what I'm doing. I'm not really worrying about cash because my work gonna stand out for that, and that'll make we eat more food by the work that we're doing, right? And we're still offering a lot of humanitarian things to people from the art. Um, like I said, we have, you can go there and you can tell the AI how to act and talk and all them way there. And that's your personal AI for life. Once you download the system, you're gone with it. It's going to be ever hooked to your personal virtual server too. And in the future, you know what I mean? Because you know I don't have China them to soon start design. You know what I mean, David? In the future, you will have your personal bot. See, it's still a robot, you know, but it's more than a robot. But it's not a robot that's walking on feet. It's more one that you just have a clip it on your shirt or whatever, because it have eyes, so you have to clip it. You have to clip it on you. It have to be in a position where it's, when you walk and it sees the world too, right? Okay, so that's another thing. And even the viewpod camera works like that too. It's got a back camera. You walking with it and talking to your AI. Your AI still see the world out and still look at you at the same time, right? So if you prefer to walk with your personal AI in the viewpod, that's cool. If the person have a smaller object that's not really noticeable, you have something like a headphone in your ear, and it's always there, but you have a display screen that you can bring up. You know, if you have your pad, you take your pad out, you have this stuff in your ear, and you talk to your AI. That's cool because you got a little thing in your pocket and whatever. And if you got your glasses, you got your glasses on too as well, right? So you guys see, it's like this. Your little unit will allows you to hook up your VR glass. And you know the VR glass, when you have, you know, the future, the new VR glass that we're going to try to create is that one that you can put on like an eyeglass. It's clear, but when you looking in it, you can see both the world and vice versa, right? Those energy. And you can lock off the real world if you're in your house, and then you can basically see the VR world. But if you're moving in the real world, the VR world becomes like computer data that allows you to see the real world while interacting with your 3D companion, right? That type of way. So, yeah. Thanks you guys, and bless for checking out our stuff. And we are now at 8. You understand? The studio is at point 3 now. And we have more stuff we're going to give you. And yes, we'll soon speed up a thing. But anything great like Rome was ever building a day. And we keep up, the landscape keep changing because the technology keep changing, and my mind keep changing the technology, upgrading the technology to our heights. You know what I mean? When we started at one point, the agent said, Van, the way you're changing, that's why the agent going to get confused over there. I'm like, no, because the agent not getting the new stuff. Why would I give the agent version 2, I would skip the version 3, and the agent can't even figure out version 1. I'm the man who's building version 3. And I'm soon to show you version 3. When I bring it up, you see, when I bring it up, then when I bring it up and build it, and I'll give some runnings like this. It's like this, you know. When I build that on the computer, in my server, I can always go into the agent, you understand, and make a custom compiler to compile along the program to like one sheet, one set of algorithm, where once the agent get it, he just rebuild the stuff without hesitation. He can't ask for anything the way we write it. It's like a living program going to you. So it's a lot of ways. Anyway, thanks. I'm going to take the breeze off of you, because you know why? I did do them hours. And you will be able to come in the future for real, man, and go ahead and, and describe exactly how you want your AI to think and talk and act, right? And that's your AI bottom part of a life. And yeah, when we start talking to Chinaman, oh, we're gonna set up the glass and everything. Yes, you can interact with the real world, or you can lock down when you're at home into the 3D world. That's that's something, you know. All right, listen. The reason why, remember, your companion is going to be like a life type human figure, but in the virtual world, right? So you can go into the virtual world and do whatever. But when you're on the street, then it's almost like you are seeing a hologram. But the hologram is that you'll be able to see everything around you while you walk, but you still be able to see your AI. Nobody's seeing the AI but you, and you are talking to AI while you walk. AI give you direction to street, anywhere you need to go. You want to bring up a map to anything, contact somebody, all that kind of stuff is wrapped up into one little small package. So thanks you guys. We're taking the time to over here at the digital lab at smtvs.com where we work on futuristic digital equipment, okay, and virtual worlds development, browser development, messenger development, okay, audio, both visual and audio equipment development, okay. All right, so you guys stay cool. It's been well, and appreciate all the people them that's been viewing the stuff and giving us a like and knowing that SMTVS is a small company, and you guys should take it from when I from that jump off where I made such had such high hopes for the WordPress script that I bought. You know what I mean? Yo, we perceived that we wanted to build Zion, a Rasta commune site online, but it gone even different than that. Because when the people them come to our virtual world, the next step after we get the virtual world to look like a real world, you know, the next step from that, you can create your own land and your own area. So if we have to why create Zion land, I'll be a Rasta live a Zion land on the virtually. You know what I'm saying? Communication. Because it is that you still have Facebook where you communicate, but it's the same thing, but only thing. Say from you and everyone else, you can take a picture of yourself and upload it into the system and it represents you. It rebuilds you in an avatar, you yourself. So that's why we're trying to get things to look like even 90% real. You understand? For those people who would want to feel like they're an animal or they're a monster and them thing, they have their options, right? But if I'm up in there in the real world, because we are doing business in virtual, people just say, oh, it's me. But it's just the virtual me talking to you. You understand? And we all know all them technology exists. How much time you're on YouTube or even on Facebook and you see that ad come up, I can trade for you. You see the AI talk, right? So you know all that can happen. Cool. So that's a level of even what we say, graphics. No, of course API is out there to do that still. But we're still on our journey, and when we need to knock down the APIs and to make things happen, we'll do that. I'll join a site just to create that and bring it back to our thing, and our AI analyze that, and then we know that. Okay, thank